Good morning, everybody. This is Kumar Naik. I am taking subject heat power engineering for a third semester automobile students. Today, I am continuing the second chapter where I have to concentrate on some of the gas laws. Yesterday, we have seen Boyle's law, Charles law, and Gay-Lussac law. So after that, two more gas laws are there, which are very very important from the subject point of view. So please concentrate here. Those are called Joule's law and Joule's law. After that, Avogadro's law. These are the two laws which are required. So please concentrate. Joule's law. So as you know that joules is a unit of energy. So it is you are very familiar with that. So therefore, Joule's law is giving the relationship between energy. So therefore, the unit of energy is joules only. So what does it state? What the law states? Look at this. The change of internal energy. The change of internal energy of a perfect gas is directly proportional to change of temperature. So afterwards on the board I will again explain this relationship. Please concentrate. He says D for derivative of energy means small fraction of energy will be directly proportional to a small change in the temperature. It means if the energy is increasing, definitely temperature also increases. If the energy is decreasing means it means temperature is decreasing in the perfect gases. So with the help of this proportionality, we can take a constant that is M. Sorry, it's a constant C. Here, what does it state? It is dE, derivative of energy, or dE is equals to M into C into dt, where M is mass of a gas. Here, mass of a gas, known mass means 1 kg, 2 kg, any number of kgs, and C is a constant of proportionality. We are taking this C as a specific heat. In the last chapter, I told you about a specific heat at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume. So later we will discuss again. So here dE is equals to M into C into dt, and dt means initial temperature and final temperature. It's a difference. Temperature difference means final temperature T2 minus of T1. Therefore ultimately the equation you are getting is dE is equals to M into C into bracket T2 minus T1. So this relationship is very very important for future chapters. So therefore please concentrate on the Joule's law, definition of Joule's law and relationship of dE. Okay, where temperature T1 is initial temperature of a gas and T2 is a final temperature of a gas. Okay. Afterwards, we have to move on to the next very important definition, that is called Avogadro's law. So simple definition you remember: equal volumes of all gases at the same temperature and pressure contain equal number of molecules. So it means, suppose two volumes of 1 meter cube each are taken. Two volumes I will take. Two volumes each are having 1 meter cube. Okay, so one it is filled with suppose oxygen and another it is filled with hydrogen. Then both oxygen and hydrogen are separately filled in each of 1 meter cube of a volume. So in that, number of masses or number of molecules are same, whether it may be hydrogen or whether it may be oxygen. Here he is giving the molecular masses of oxygen is taken as 32 and molecular mass of hydrogen is 2. Okay, so it means it may be it may be oxygen or it may be hydrogen. When these are contained separately in different volumes, then what happens? They contain equal molecular masses. Equal molecules will be there, no change. Okay, so therefore we have to remember it is equal volume of gases. Volume is equal here. Equal volume of gases at the same temperature and pressure. Here temperature and pressure will be same. Then it contains equal number of molecules. Molecules number will not be changing. Okay, only molecular mass for various elements or atoms will or gases may change. So this is what it says, Avogadro's law. Here the definition of Avogadro's law is very very important. So afterwards we have to move on to the derivation of a characteristic gas equation. Look at this. It's a universal gas equation. Let me tell you with the help of this See, look at this characteristic gas equation. Here, characteristic gas equation is PV is equals to mRT. So this you have to derive. So before that, you will derive general gas equation. General gas equation is here. This one. What is the general gas equation? It is nothing but P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2 and is equals to P3 V3 by T3 and so on is equals to constant. This is general gas equation and PV is equals to mRT is a characteristic gas equation. When you refer the question bank of a DTE syllabus, third semester automobile engineering department, you will come to know derive the expression for derive the characteristic gas equation. So this derivation is also important. Apart from that, he may ask you to derive the general gas equation. General gas equation is P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2 and so on is equals to constant. And suppose if you are asked, if he ask you to derive an expression for characteristic gas equation, then you have to derive the characteristic gas equation, that is PV is equals to mRT. So I have derived already on the board. Please concentrate. Let me explain you in detail. Okay, let me continue here. Please concentrate. Joule's law. I told you about the Joule's law. Here, Joule's law. It is explaining about energy. It is giving you the relationship between energy and the temperature. So what does it state? Change in internal energy is directly proportional to its temperature. So according to this law, we are getting this relationship, which is very very important in the next coming chapters also. Therefore, please concentrate this relationship. What is that? dE is equals to mass into C for specific heat and into dt. We can also write it as m into C into T2 minus T1. Here C means specific heat. Suppose specific heat at constant pressure is taken, then relationship will be dE is equals to m into Cp into T2 minus T1. Suppose specific heat is at a constant volume, means we have to take m into Cv into T2 minus T1. So it depends on the condition. Okay, so afterwards the very very important derivation from the subject point of view is a characteristic gas equation. This characteristic gas equation. Ultimately, this is a characteristic gas equation which you have to derive. Okay, so before that, during the derivation of a PV is equals to mRT, I mean characteristic gas equation, somewhere here, if it is only asked, what kind of a question you may get? Derive the general gas equation. This up to this, it is a general gas equation, and if you further continue from this side onwards, then you will get a PV is equals to mRT. To get a characteristic gas equation, first in between you are getting a general gas equation, which may be asked separately if you are getting the question on that. Okay, please concentrate. We know what you mean by Boyle's law. I told you the easy technique, Kumar Naik's technique it is to remember Boyle's law, Charles law and Gay-Lussac law, that is PV, VT, PT. Boyle's law is giving the relationship between pressure and volume in Boyle's law. Charles law, VT, volume and temperature, and Gay-Lussac law, it is giving the relationship between PT, PV, VT, PT. Boyle's law, Charles law, Gay-Lussac law. In Boyle's law, what does it state? The pressure of a given mass of a perfect gas varies inversely to its volume when a temperature, absolute temperature is constant. See, in this way we are getting this relationship, right? We can also write it as V goes here on the numerator side, pressure goes on the denominator side. Then we can write like this: volume is directly proportional to 1 by P. I will call upon this as equation 1. Okay. Afterwards, according to Charles law, what the law says? PV VT. Second law is VT. VT means volume and temperature. So I used to tell that remember this equation. Remember that equation. So V and T. V is proportional to T and remaining pressure is constant. Mr is already constant. So that what happens? V is directly proportional to T. V is directly proportional to T. I will call upon this as equation 2. Understood? So from equations 1 and 2, we are getting what happens? Look at this. Volume is directly proportional to T. Volume is directly proportional to 1 by P, so that I can write it as volume is proportional to T by P, or otherwise you can write it as P goes here, PV is equals to is proportional to T. Suppose if you want to remove, if you want to take out that proportionality limit, you have to use a constant. You have to bring that constant to avoid this proportionality. Therefore, I will take one constant here, randomly I have selected as C. Here, what is that C? C is called as a constant. C is called as a constant. See here, we are getting PV is equals to CT. This is PV is equals to CT, or otherwise if I rearrange it, PV. So this comes to the denominator side, then it becomes PV by T is equals to constant. This is general gas equation. Make a note here, dear students. It is a general gas equation. Further, if first thermodynamic state is considered, then we can take it as T1 V1 by T1. Suppose if the system goes to second thermodynamic condition, equilibrium condition situation, then it can be P2 V2 by T2. Overall, we can write it as P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2, and so many. No matter how many states which the system goes, we have to take it as a constant. Therefore, I can write it as P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2 is equals to, and so on, is equals to constant. Understood? So, up to this, suppose if you are asked to derive only general gas equation, then we can derive up to this much. Suppose instead you are asked to derive an expression for characteristic gas equation, further you have to continue from the general gas equation. Let me take again here PV CT. PV is equal to CT. I have taken. Now what I will do? Divide mass on both sides. Then what happens? PV by M is equals to CT by M. Here V by M. What do you mean by that? Volume by mass is nothing but a specific volume. Specific volume, I told you, it is a reciprocal of a density. Density means mass by volume. Density unit is kg per meter cube, or specific volume is meter cube per kg. Try to remember the units instead of the definitions which you have had. Understood? So here V by M, what happens? This V by M is becoming Vs, and C by M. C by M is nothing but R here. So I have written specific volume is equals to Vs is equals to 1 minute. Vs is equals to what? V by M. So that I can write this instead of this. I can write it as Vs. And now we got PVS. Vs means one letter, one word it is, specific volume, which is equals to C by M. Instead of C by M, I can write it as RT, where R is called as a characteristic gas constant, whereas R is called a characteristic gas constant, and this is a T which was on the top. Again, what I am taking for m kg of gases, as you know that for a characteristic gas equation of a perfect gases, if for experimental purpose, if you are taking 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, any quantity of any number of kgs, you have to specify. Therefore, we have to consider what is the mass of that gas which is contained in a container or in a closed system. Therefore, we have to take for m kg of gas. For m kg of gas, what I will do? I will multiply m on both sides to this previous equation. So that what happens? V is already there. PVS is already there, multiplied by m on left hand side and m on right hand side. Here I am multiplying m for m kg of gases. I will multiply both m on both sides, so that what I am getting? P is above. Here we concentrate again. P. Here Vs into m is nothing but volume. You remember this equation, that is Vs is equals to V upon m. And when I rearrange this, mass goes to numerator side, then what happens? Volume is equals to, when mass goes to numerator side, then m into Vs, or Vs into m is equals to what? V. I have written here. Understood? So, with the help of this, Vs into m is nothing but a volume, which is equals to m into R into D. So, ultimately what we are getting? the characteristic gas equation as pressure into volume should be is equals to mass into characteristic gas constant R into T. Here characteristic gas constant R for a atmospheric air is normally taken as a 287. Please concentrate. 287 joules per kg Kelvin. In the next video, I will explain you what you mean by molecular molar gas constant and characteristic gas constant are, and what are all the units. All those things I will explain in the next video. So dear students, till today what I have explained, please concentrate and write neatly in your notes, and just wait for the next video. Thank you one and all.